In the year 2002, two researchers, Daniel Kahneman and Shane Frederick, found something strange about the human brain. When your brain is asked something hard, it quietly answers something easier instead, without you ever noticing the swap. They called this attribute substitution. And this explains something almost perfectly. Why a food label with words like healthy, zero sugar, or organic can feel more convincing than an entire ingredient list ever could. This one discovery ended up reshaping how nearly every food label on the planet is written. So today, we're going to dig through the actual research and the real facts to find out exactly how that happened. It's not just the big, bold words on the front of the label. It's the small print, too. The ingredients, the serving size, and the calorie count. Numbers you've read 1,000 times and never once actually questioned.
Maybe the truth about what we eat is hiding in the part most of us never read.
Most people decide whether a product is healthy before they've read a single ingredient. It's usually one word on the front doing all the convincing. 100% natural. You've seen it 1,000 times. It sounds clean, chemical-free, pure, and straight from the farm. Here's the strange part. In the US, there is no formal FDA definition for the word natural on food labels. And in many other countries, the rules are surprisingly loose. A company can put it on almost anything. So it's better to check the ingredient list instead. If it names the items you actually recognize, that's a good sign. Items like an oil, a fruit, a spice. But if it says natural flavors, stop there. That single phrase can legally represent dozens of manufactured compounds, sometimes making up 80 to 90% of what's actually in it. And none of it has to be named. If you regularly eat something with an ingredient you don't recognize, it's worth taking 2 minutes to look it up. Not everything unfamiliar is a problem.
Everything here is designed to make me feel like I'm making a good choice. Not one label is actually about the food.
Most people never stop to think that a label could be read a different way. Not just as information, but as persuasion. Written less for the food and more for the person about to buy it. Walk a little further down the aisle and you'll see it again. Bread, cereal, crackers. One word keeps appearing. Multigrain, and it sounds healthy. But the word itself doesn't tell you much. Multigrain simply means the product contains more than one type of grain. Those grains can be whole, or they can be refined. And multigrain alone doesn't tell you which. White flour, corn, and rice can all be combined in a product and still be called multigrain. Because the important word isn't multi, it's whole. So don't stop at the front of the package. Turn it around. Look at the ingredient list. Check the very first grain listed. Is it whole wheat, or whole oats, or another whole grain? That will tell you something. Multigrain never did.
Someone checked the law. Someone designed the font to feel honest. All of it, just to get me to pick this box instead of that one.
That's one word down. There are a few more worth knowing. So let's walk through what's actually sitting in your kitchen right now. White bread, brown bread, wheat bread, multigrain, and whole wheat. They sound like different levels of healthy, but the color doesn't tell you what's inside. Brown doesn't automatically mean whole grain, And wheat doesn't necessarily mean whole wheat. And multigrain only tells you there's more than one grain. The word that actually matters is whole, because whole wheat keeps the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. That's why the ingredient list matters more than the color of the package. Here's one people get wrong for a different reason entirely. Yogurt is made using live bacteria, but it can be heat-treated afterward. That kills those cultures. And it's still allowed to be called yogurt. So don't just look for the word yogurt. Look for live and active cultures instead. And it's not just bread and yogurt. The same trick shows up almost everywhere you look. Ketchup lists sugar as the second ingredient, right after tomato concentrate. And protein bars, shouting protein from the front while carrying 20 or 25 grams of added sugar. Peanut butter, where natural sounds simple until you turn the jar around. Real natural peanut butter has only 2 ingredients: peanuts and salt.
So we turned the package around and found out what's actually inside. But there's another number hiding there, and this one can be even more misleading: the calories.
Low calorie sounds like a simple description. But in the US, it's actually a legal claim. For most foods, it means 40 calories or less per reference amount. And here's the part almost nobody thinks about. That number is tied to a serving, not necessarily the amount you actually eat. Picture a package. It says 120 calories right on the front. But look underneath that number. Serving size, 2 cookies. Servings per container, 5. Eat the whole packet and you've had 600 calories. But the label didn't lie. The calories were accurate. But the number only made sense once you knew what it was actually measuring. And that's the part almost nobody looks at. Not just the calories, but the serving size.
Ingredients tell you what's inside, but calories tell you something else. The question is, how much?
Here's the honest part. This isn't going away. Your brain will always look for the easier question. That's not a flaw you can fix. It's just how it's built. Companies understand this, and they'll keep designing around it. But here's what actually changes. Once you know it's happening, you don't have to outthink every label, every time. Not necessarily the amount you actually eat. You just need enough awareness to catch yourself in the moment you're about to trust a word instead of checking it. That's not willpower. That's just knowing where to look. The ingredient list, the serving size, the one word doing all the convincing. Small knowledge used at the right moment is still enough to change what ends up in your cart. Not because you outsmarted the label, because you finally knew what it was trying to make you believe.